to be back. Things got pretty hectic back there. We make quite a good team, don't we?
What took you so long? While you've been sightseeing and taking it easy, I've been doing the donkey work and finding out what's behind the reality virus. First things first, though, I can detect a force is trying to fix us in a tractor beam. I'm not having that. I'm going to remote pilot the TARDIS away from Earth. Back in a tick, and you might want to find something to hang on to.
Okay, pull the activation lever and let's go. How much downtime do you need? We've got a cosmos to save. Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Nicely done. We've landed on, let me see, Metabilis 4. Ah well, it's better than Metabilis 3, but nowhere near as good as Metabilis 1 or 2. They were great. I told you I've been tracking down what was behind the reality virus. Well, now I know, and it's not good news. But if you're risking your life to help me, I think you deserve to know the truth. Emma, maybe you can generate some images to go along with what I'm telling you. Right then. Billions of millennia ago, when the universe was fragile and new, planets formed and stars began to burn. And at some point, no one really knows when, the very first sentient life form in all of creation was born. Or maybe I should say, she began to exist. The universe's first creature with conscious awareness was, by definition, all alone in the world. She spawned more of her own species, nurtured them. She was the very first mother. The cosmos expanded. Planets and stars became vast galaxies, and life spread throughout countless systems, throughout centuries. And that first sentient being, let's call her the First, while she slept for billions of years. But as the prototype for all consciousness, the First had design faults, teething problems, the most serious of which was very obvious. She didn't know how to die. When she was revived, she looked on in absolute horror at what her children had turned into. Their warfare and cruelty and brutality all appalled her. She felt duty-bound to right these wrongs. She was compelled to destroy her creations. To eradicate all sentient life, to return the universe to how it had been when she gazed across the first horizons. To atone. The first has evolved into a super intelligent but very damaged figure. She's experienced many forms over the years, but now, I believe, she's humanoid. She sees herself as simply escalating a process that species right across the universe are already hell-bent upon. She's nurturing conflict and chaos and destruction so she can end their plight and begin anew. She's not a god, and she's not evil. She wants redemption. She wants another chance. She wants children who love her and each other. And we have to stop her.
So that's who's behind the reality virus. That's who we're up against.
That's who we're up against. We're close, though. Get hold of the final time crystal, and the TARDIS can get all three of them to me, so I can get back to where I should be, and, you know, save the universe. It's what I do best. I just want to warn you, though. The TARDIS has sensed the first is near. The danger's never been greater. Be careful.
Whoa! Look at this place. Hey, I don't want to be that guy, but I've already got some bad news. The sands that blow across the surface of this planet are somehow blocking my Zyton readings. That means you're going to have to find the last time crystal and hold the story.
You are welcome, visitor. Enjoy the serenity and grace of our world.
I think it's the planet itself welcoming us. I've had a quick squiz through the local archives, and this place is known as the Temple of the First. That can't be a coincidence. Look, I'm not jumping for joy at the prospect of going in there. But it is the most likely place to find the final crystal. We've got to check it out. This seems to be the entrance. So how do we get in? There must be a way to activate this stone dais. You know what? You could try using the sonic. Keep doing that. I think it's working. Good answer. It's the time crystal. Ah! I didn't think it'd be that easy. Right. I may have spoken too soon. Hey, at least it can't get any worse. I'm thinking you've got to go through those big doors. That's where you come in. Looks like that's it. Oh, what? That's a Dalek. I thought this place was meant to be serene and peaceful. Shh! Don't be too loud. Daleks can detect...
Intruder detected! Identify yourself!
Through that door.
Locate the enemy! Locate the...
Oh, what? That's a Dalek. I thought this place was meant to be serene and peaceful. Shh! Don't be too loud. Daleks can detect even the slightest sound. And we really need to get past this one and through that door. If you wander into its light or get too close,
Scanning for the intruder!
and if you die, there may not be a tomorrow.
Recommencing patrol! Scanning!
We need to distract it somehow. That was a close one. Okay, I've tapped into the TARDIS database. And you know I said things couldn't get any worse? Yeah, well, I was wrong. Remember that time glitch? Well, now we're in a future where the Daleks invaded the planet. We're trying to work out how to harness the power of the time crystals. The more immediate problem, I'm picking up signals from a bunch of Daleks, all pretty close to where we are now. I'm guessing more cheese graters from hell. Stay sharp, okay? And stay out of their sight. Whatever that was has just sent my circuits cold. Literally. Ah! Another
Death
one!
to the enemies of the Daleks!
Slow and stealthy.
Security sensors have locked onto unidentified object.
How many of these things are there?
The power unsanctioned intruder detected. I locate the enemy. Locate the enemy. Locate. Locate.
We need to get that door open.
The power source must be
That
guarded.
Dalek is blocking our way. You need to get it to move.
The power source must be guarded.
As long as we're not directly in its line of sight, it won't be able to
Dalek
see us.
command
Could use
unsanctioned
that massive
activity
pillar for
in
cover.
temple. Investigate! Investigate! Unsanctioned. The object has been scanned, assessed, and is understood.
We need to get that door open.
Unsanctioned intruder detected. Locate the enemy. Locate
Dalek is
the
blocking our
enemy.
way.
Intruder
get it to
detected. Identify yourself. Locate the enemy. Locate the enemy. Locate.
As long as we're
Locate.
not directly in its line of sight, it won't be able to see us. We could use that massive pillar for cover.
The power source must be guarded. Unsanctioned.
We
The
need to get
object
that
has
door
been
open.
scanned, assessed, and is understood.
That Dalek Dalek is blocking our way. You need to get it to
Daleks patrols in unsanctioned activity in temple. Investigate! Investigate! Scanning!
As long as we're not directly in his line of sight.
Scanning sensors indicate you are not a Dalek. You will be exterminated.
How many of these things are there?
Dalek Command reports there are intruders in the temple. Any unauthorized presence will
We
be
need to get that door
destroyed.
open.
Unsanctioned activity in temple. Investigate! Investigate!
That Dalek is blocking our way.
Scanning
We need to
sensors
get it to move.
indicate you are not a Dalek. Locate the...
Wow. That was intense. Can you imagine what it's like to be the Doctor and do this kind of stuff all the time? For me personally, I'll take the TARDIS database over killer aliens any day of the week. Let's do this. Fire!
Intruder must be eliminated.
Okay, get us through those doors. There's plenty more target practice coming up. Blast us through those doors. Watch out for that drone!
My casing has suffered catastrophic damage. I have failed. I have... My vision is impaired. I cannot see. Traitors, immobilize. The Daleks will take vengeance for your brutality. The intruder has commandeered a Dalek's casing. This blasphemy must be punished by extermination. Massive damage sustained. Is this death? Regeneration initiated!
To destroy the dais. Hurry though, they'll recharge after a few seconds. Come on, we're so close. Dig deep and let's do this. Energy force field. We need to disable it. Shoot those power nodules! It'll leave the dais exposed. It'll give us a brief window to destroy the dais. Hurry though, they'll recharge after a few seconds. Come on, we're so close. Dig deep and let's do this. We need to disable it. Shoot those power nodules. It'll leave the dais exposed. It'll give us a brief window to destroy the dais. Hurry though, they'll recharge after a few seconds. Grab that power up. Come on, we're so close. Dig deep and let's do this. Protected by an energy force field. We need to disable it. Shoot those power nodules! It'll leave the dais exposed. close. Dig deep and let's do this. Whoa. A Dalek casing. It's gone. Oh man. I was starting to feel at home in there. There must be a way to activate this stone dais. The TARDIS. What? What's it doing here? We've got to go in and see what's happening. What the? What's going on? The TARDIS has been destroyed. We're too late. She's wiped out reality. Inner temple of the First, and here she is. Don't try anything rash. She's unbelievably powerful.
Unbelievably powerful. You say it like it was a bad thing. Power, in the right hands, can be beautiful. And you don't have to worry about my omnipotence. After all, Mother knows best. I only wanted what was best for my children. Would you hold that against me? Could you hold that against any parent? The only difference is, I have the power to make my resolve become reality. I will give you a second chance. I will give all living creatures rebirth. And before that rebirth, I ask for only one thing. Your death. Universal annihilation in exchange for a brighter tomorrow.
Wow. Talk about tough love.
I love you all. Good night.
I'm gonna need your help more than ever now, because the universe is hanging by a thread. The reality virus has deleted the TARDIS interior and wiped out almost everything. But hey, I love a good almost. And right now, that almost says to me, you can still do this. You can fight it. You can come back. Because this time round, I found out very quickly that sometimes all it really needs is a leap of faith.
Back in the land of the living, are you? The doctor filled me in. Turns out she didn't need the Zyton. But she did need you to visit all those places to collect the time crystals, because she knew the First was watching her, and by extension, watching you.
Those locations were the last things in the First's memory, and so they're virtually the last snatches of reality to be destroyed. I've hidden 3 items, one in each of 3 environments.
The doctor disguised the items, but all of them has something unique about their physical appearance. A clue that suggests they're bound up with the First in some way.
I'll explain later, but when they're placed together, they'll form a device powerful enough to deal with the First. I hope. Because the universe is so fractured, to reach a location that still exists, you just have to visualize it. That's what you've got to do now. I can't help you, because the voice you're hearing now is a simple psychic projection while I keep the First busy.
First, you must remember the office from the London laundrette. Let your memories guide us to where we need to go now. I'm losing you. Is there anything in there that looks familiar? Great. And our neural connection is straight. Our optic connection is getting clearer. Start looking for the second piece. You got it. We need just one more piece, which means one more memory.
What do you think you're doing? Are you trying to interfere with my plans?
You did it! We've got the final piece of the device. I'm gonna pull you back to the temple so we can put the 3 pieces together. We're back. Oh, what happened? The objects, they're here, but what do we do now?
You're too late. Don't you see that? I'm redeeming my children, giving you all a second chance. Why would you fight against that? Happy Mother's Day.
My lot, my people, they reckoned the first might make it here someday. So they created a device powerful and ingenious enough to send her back to her beginning. It was too dangerous to leave lying about. So I split it into 3 and hid it. I knew the first would be watching me, so I needed you to make sure those locations were amongst the last to exist, and that you could get back to them. That was crucial. You had to know them really well. I've appealed to the first to let us continue to live our lives, offered her a truce. She refused. So now you have to send her back to the genesis of time using the device you've assembled. You've hardly any time left.
I know what you've got to do. You've got to sonic the device.
Yes!
Think of me kindly when I'm gone. When you see a sunset or flowers, remember my love for you. I only wanted what was best for my children. For you.
Well, I don't want you to get too big for your boots, but guess what? I reckon you just saved the universe. The first's been flung back to the beginning of time, but she's not dead. Good news, without her, the virus ceased to exist and reality's snapping back into place. Right, let's get going. Always love this bit. Less good news. 'Cause the first lives, she's effectively in a time loop. She'll try time and again to unleash the virus and wipe out all of sentient creation. She'll always return. That's why you've always got to be there to stop her, till I can come up with a long-term solution. Not gonna lie, getting some weird readings. Sorry I misled you, I didn't have a choice. I let the first kidnap me, and I had to let her think I was done for. I figured she might intercept some messages, but knew she wouldn't be worried about you collecting Zyton. All the time though, me, you and Emma were working together.
Thought you'd forgotten about me there.
Would I do that? And Emma, I'm gonna download your consciousness into a synthetic person so you can live your life and... The cloister bell. I really must alter the sound setting on that thing, because that chiming, it always scares me to death. I might change it to the Teddy Bear's Picnic.
What is it?
It's an old song, used to make my granddaughter laugh.
The cloister bell?
Oh, Well, it goes off when wild catastrophes are imminent. Which is why I'm dropping you two off. We're back, but something's changed. Whether you know it or not, you were in a time loop. But it's been disrupted. The readings almost suggest it's being manipulated by the... No! Couldn't be. You two better get out there and do your thing, but be careful. I'll find out what's causing the cloister bell to go off, then I'll pop back and see you both okay.
We want to come with you. If you're in trouble, we stick together.
Too dangerous. I'm sorry.